Hi everyone, and welcome back to Manda T and Me, and welcome back to Blackhaven. So we've completed two of our three tasks for Flag Day, and we are on to our third one, which is scanning documents. So let's just poke around and see what we can find. Ooh, sippy. Well, we got another post-it. Oh, out of order. I have to say that.
There's the scanning station. Now I have to go find the right box from the archive.
18.
Looks like I need Thomas first. I'll leave that there for now.
Raj Mahal. Find Asian cuisine. Looks delicious. Especially Hannah and Amel's pakoras, savory deep fried potato and onion fritters in a chickpea batter. That sounds really good. I think I'm actually hungry. I think that could be a problem. Somebody has good taste though. Can I look around in the other offices? Okay, there's a couple other doors. Ticket of admission, 1959. Oh, there's the lantern, the swan, the teapot, and the facade. Interesting. Oh, there's Helen. Can't really see it real well. Maybe from back here? 6th Director of Blackhaven Hall Historical Society.
Better finish my scanning before I go anywhere else.
Okay. I'm just so nosy. We also haven't been to the gift shop either. Okay, so we want Thomas first, folder 18. Ooh.
Huh. Look at these. Check this pattern. These are so much more interesting than the ones in the case. Why aren't these on display?
Well, we should be closed up.
Wait. Oh my god. Are those... Damn, Blackhaven. Damn.
Yeah. Can we look at the others? Nails. But I guess that's what would have survived. Is this a little cup? It is. It's a little clay cup. Interesting. So, my first job rather than delivering papers was working as a custodian at the museum near where I grew up. And I would say for a first job that was pretty cool. And then later when I was in school, I was actually an intern with one of the museums here in California. And I got introduced to like some of the amazing like basketry made by like the indigenous groups here, including like the Maidu like hummingbird baskets. So I have a fondness for repositories. Oh, more clay pipes or porcelain pipes, I guess. That's heavy.
Okay, here we go. This list has which collection is which number?
So 3 first. Okay, I would actually be most interested in probably number 14, the archaeological reports. But I think it's just like my background. I'm going to be more interested in those things. Alright, locked up. So acid-free boxes. Okay. Nine, 14.
I don't think this is the right folder. Nope. Not that one. Nah. Nope. Nah. Nope.
Okay, I know it's like 4. Okay, hold on. It's number 3. Oh, sorry guys.
Not that one. Nah. Not that one. Okay, got the folder. Let me go scan this.
I mean, we knew it was a plantation, but it doesn't make it feel... There's nothing better about it, I guess.
Okay, Helen wants me to check every page top to bottom before scanning. These are always typed up though, so I don't have to read Thomas's handwriting. I've seen worse. Alright, that looks fine. Let me go hit scan on the laptop. Well, here goes. Time for the genius of the Founding Fathers.
I'll let you guys read this. I'm just gonna skim.
So genius is mostly just breakfast comments, apparently. Gotta hit the scan button on the laptop before the next page. I guess Thomas does seem gentle with kids, though he put this one to sleep.
Oh, a thief.
She really got lost looking for lettuce in the forest.
Yeah, she did.
Poor Pompey getting dragged along in all her white girl nonsense. Wait, the matter with the cabbages got resolved? Is there a page missing?
Mm-hmm.
Better put this back in the box.
Thank you guys. Have the same thoughts I do. Someone got blamed for that. Oh.
Okay, gotta find the shelf where this box goes.
Mostly breakfast.
Ready for the next folder. I can look at my instructions in the reading room or the collections index if I need to.
I think it's 9.
Nope. Okay, got the folder. Let me go scan this. Okay, next set. Let's read about this scary looking couple.
She's not wrong. Oof.
Gideon's handwriting is a lot of work. I shouldn't talk knowing basically no cursive.
Alright. Looks like 2 pages come together like from a journal.
Anna's handwriting is a lot neater, but still hard to read somehow.
There we go.
Gideon got himself stuck out in the cold because he just couldn't give up those slaves.
Yep. Feel like that's all I can say, but she's not wrong at the ridiculousness of some of this. Oof. Oh, that's an ugly word.
Shut your mouth, Anna. Emily and Charlotte better keep running.
Ugh. Oops, sorry. Oof.
It's so crazy to think about all this violence and chaos. And then every museum is such a quiet place.
I felt like that. I went to the Air and Space Museum and visiting the exhibit about the atomic weapons used in against Nagasaki and Hiroshima. It's grotesque. War is just grotesque.
Gideon seems more pleasant than a lot of these people, but definitely racist.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie, these two are really feeling each other. Ease up on Henry, though.
I wonder if we can go looking for that other page.
Damn, they got Gideon. But Anna is really out here trying to commit a genocide in his honor.
Oh, it's a short letter. Oh, it's the end of the other one.
Anna is so awful, but I can still feel her loss. Why couldn't she feel anything for somebody like me?
Mm-hmm. Xenophobia just like poisons the mind.
Better put this back in the box.
Still want to go digging around for that missing letter.
Okay, gotta find the shelf where this box goes.
It's 9. These aren't labeled. I wonder if we can go into the office, get the key, and open up the filing box. There we go. 9s.
Ready for the next folder. I can look at my instructions in the reading room or the collections index if I need to. Not that one. Nah. Okay, got the folder. Let me go scan this.
Barn excavations.
This one seems more boring.
And this is the one that I'd be most interested to, like, read. Oh my goodness.
I bet that military weirdo from earlier would love this.
I bet he would. Did I get it? Yeah. Ooh, strata. For anybody who has seen my playthrough of Firewatch, I kind of gush about strata and grids a little bit. Yeah. Kind of interested what that other category is.
They never found any bullets from the entire battle? Were they digging in the wrong place?
What if it wasn't a battle? What if the slaves were just trying to escape and this was the better story? Oh, I have some questions now. Like as if I didn't already before. No evidence of military engagement, but did recover post holes and other soil evidence of between 5 and small timber structures. Although these are not mentioned in the surviving accounts of the skirmish, this appears to be the nearest slave quarters for tobacco laborers and some house servants, the location referred to as the near quarter. There we go. One truly notable recovery for potential gallery display are the remains of a very fine imported porcelain teapot, which almost certainly was owned by the Harwood family rather than any of the slave families living in the quarter. There we go.
Oh wow, this is the teapot from the gallery.
Nice illustration. Oh. Oh! On the mutual agreement of both the firm and the BHHS, digging at Site 5 was suspended.
Suspended? What was all that drama about?
Lies. That's what it's about.
Yes, one more scan and I'm all done.
Hmm.
Better put this back in the box.
Oh, I want to be so nosy.
Okay, gotta find the shelf where this box goes.
That's 9. What are we holding? 3? Why are these blacked out?
Whew, last one. This is a weird little guy stuck back here.
Mm-hmm. Can we open any of these blacked out, like, redacted ones? Can we open any of these? Because this is where the missing document is from. Okay. Yeah. Okay, first things first. Okay. Alright. Oh, we have...
Well, I did all the pages I can find. And it's almost time to close. Better head over to Helen's office and drop off my key.
Yeah. Better go drop that off.
Okay, Helen said to leave the key in the top desk drawer.
Doesn't mean we can't have a peek first. Reproduction, maybe? Gloucester.
Archive key goes back. Huh. I wonder if this goes to that old file cabinet.
Yes, I wonder.
I'm gonna go try it.
Hell yeah, girl.
Oh, Helen had her computer on sleep.
I can't open any. Hi, Deborah. Thanks so much for finishing up with Kendra's paperwork. She's actually going to be staffing the museum all by herself tomorrow. It's a shame for her to miss the picnic, but you know, she probably wouldn't have the right dress anyway, and I hate for someone to be intimidated by all the traditions. Plus, we don't need anyone tattling on Steve if he gets hand dizzy after a couple drinks. I have to admit, I was skeptical about taking on one of these HBCU girls after the amazing job Catherine did last year. It was just so nice to have another Gloucester prep grad on the staff. But Kendra has helped us score a few diversity points, and with that scholarship program, the only thing better than interns working for free is having the school pay us. I'm so excited to see you tomorrow. Make my punch a double. I won't tell if you won't. Helen. Ew.
All right, Helen. I see how it is.
Good. That's trash. I'm not even gonna say it. Washington's Revolutionary Daughters. that's it.
Wait, this is the missing page from Thomas's journal. Why have they got this locked up in the corner? I need to take this over to the scanner and check it out. What
Hell
else
yeah.
might be in here?
Hell yeah, you do.
Maybe some of the other missing pages are in here.
Okay. Ugh.
God damn, he beat a mother in front of her child and then needed a nap? I knew Thomas was sketchy, but this is messed up. Did someone take this out to make him look better?
Yep.
Oh, it's William, Thomas's brother. He had to be jealous of his bro's hair.
Spicy.
I need to read down to the end of every page.
Ew. He formerly belonged to Richard Drew. Barf. Ugh. There you go. The above reward will be given and all reasonable expenses paid for securing him in the county jail so that I can get him again. William Hardwood. That's 3 runaway slaves, sir. Branded on the shoulder. Usually known by having part of her ear cut off.
I don't know, William. Why would Stephen run? I mean, Joshua was only sold away from his family, and Hannah was branded and missing an ear. And William is the minister?
Mm-hmm.
How much time do I have? What else have these Blackhaven people hidden away in here? Hey, secret letters from Gideon and poor racist Anna. I hope they took these out because of adult content. All these awful people could at least spill a little tea for me.
Ugh. Oh, I can't even say that out loud. That's just gross. Yeah, yeah, you murdered a family man. Surely she loved her man in her own childish way.
Holy shit. I I just don't know what to say. Gideon shot an unarmed prisoner like a dog, and Anna is sad he couldn't kill more? With ever increasing love? This bitch might as well have been in the clan.
She might have been. Well, I
Fuck.
guess not. She's a woman.
Blackhaven has had this the whole time. They act like Gideon is a hero. I don't know if I can come back after this.
Scan that shit, girl.
But I have to get my recommendation for Greece. And it's way too late to find something that's gonna pay as much as the school, especially back home. Okay, I can read a couple more. If I don't turn this key in by 5, I'll be fired way before I can ask for my rec. I like this letterhead. I wonder what they wanted from Blackhaven.
Well, let's read the letter. Dear Mrs. Lambert, my name is Dorothy Mitchell, and I am currently the director of the Tidewater Negro Historical Association. I am writing to formally request admission as a researcher in the library and archive of the Blackhaven Hall Historical Society. I have already conducted genealogical queries in nearby universities and recovered evidence that connects my family history to the Blackhaven estate. You will find this letter copies of 3 relevant documents. An interview conducted by the Works Progress Administration in 1938 with my late grandfather Simon Howard. Simon had been a slave as youth in Western Virginia and recounted to a researcher that his grandmother, Grace, believed she was the granddaughter of the master of Blackhaven Plantation. Given her age, it is natural to believe she meant William Howard, who, as you know, took possession of Blackhaven before building Oakmont after the storied Battle of Blackhaven. A newspaper advertisement placed in the Richmond Enquirer in 1867 corroborating the interview. The ad, also placed by Grace Howard, seeks the whereabouts of her father Rob's kin, in particular his long-lost sister. Grace also mentioned Rob's childhood memory of being born at Blackhaven and sold away with his mother. A photograph of a curious artifact passed down through many generations of my family. It is a carving of what I believe to be a bird, an African styling, possibly a Shankofka figure. I was told as a child that it had once been owned by Rob, a token from his mother to preserve her memory. I believe research time in your archives would allow me to not only learn more about my own family, but indeed the greater contribution of Afro-Americans to the history of Virginia. I will await a reply at your convenience and will be happy to furnish any additional credentials you may require. In addition, let me extend my warmest regards on your recent anniversary. Dorothy Mitchell. Come in here, the
I love this woman. Is it possible her family are really Harwoods?
That would mean so much. Afro-American History of the United States from Mrs. Dorothy Mitchell, Director, Tidewater Negro Historical Association.
Welp, time for Blackhaven to check in.
Blackhaven Hall Historic Plantation. Dear Mrs. Mitchell, as it is customary for our institution to respond in writing to all requests for admission, I am replying to your letter of May 12th. Blackhaven is a professional scholarly archive of the highest standard and does not casually admit amateurs to chase rumors based on hearsay. Frankly, your missive is so speculative as to represent an affront to common decency. Although it is beneath the charge of this body, I am bound to respond to each of your insinuations and defend the honor of those who can no longer protest themselves. Allow me to be blunt. It is utterly preposterous to suggest William Harwood sired a mulatto child outside the bonds of his marriage. William was an Episcopal minister, devout and prayerful, and known only for his mild temper and cool constitution. William's well-established and spotless character should have ended your inquiry before it began, but my further examinations have revealed damning inconsistencies in each of your examples. In the interview transcript, Rob mentions the family story that his grandmother would style her hair in the mirrors of the Blackhaven ballroom, and that the mirror was topped with a swan. Had you troubled yourself to visit our own galleries on the third Thursday of each month when we welcome Negro visitors, you would know that one of the mirrors survives in our collections and features no such swan decoration. The woman in question must have concocted the story from the wide repute of Blackhaven's famed seal. In the newspaper advertisement, Mr. Howard recounts that his grandfather worked in a mill along the History Creek, but our period renderings of the estate show no body of water by that name, with multiple documents instead referring to Blackhaven Mill sitting next to the Nicholas Stream. Finally, I'm distressed to report that one of our archaeological experts reviewed the photograph of your family heirloom and believes it to be a modern forgery. It is true that it shares many of the crude, primitive stylings typical of African art, but nothing of a similar appearance has ever been recovered in this area of Virginia. This piece is much more likely a modern fraud of the cheap sort commonly proffered in northern cities to appeal to the backwards-looking sensibilities of Negroes who embrace so-called black nationalism. For all these reasons, we cannot seriously consider your application for admission. We kindly ask you refrain from replying so as to respect the time of our staff dealing with serious scholars. Rosemary Lambert.
Ugh, Rosemary, you cold piece of I'd be mad, but you're probably dead. And you're in a folder that's already full of lies. Maybe you're lying to Dorothy, too.
Information wanted of my family on behalf of my father, Rob, who is 87 years old. He was bred and born in Virginia and recollects being told that he lived on Blackhaven Plantation just after the Revolution. He and his mother were sold away west when he was only a babe, and he wished to inquire about his only sister, who he left behind. He believes that her name was Lizzie or Nancy, but he lost his mother so young he cannot remember. Any information of the above-named party will be thankfully received by Grace Howard, Box 123, Richmond, Virginia.
This is so sad. Rob, I hope you and your sister are together now and at peace.
Interview of Mr. Simon Howard. Youth and family. I've lived all my life near the mountains in Virginia. I was born in the 40s. I don't remember the year now. that so many's passed. When the war came, 3 generations of my family had lived under them hills. My mother's name was Grace, and she had a kind heart, but she never forgot nothing. She would tell us children stories about family and the history of the state. She always took pride in knowing who the president was and would ask the master about him. Although I remember she knew well enough not to ask master about President Lincoln, for it was on account of him that the war started. She told me that my grandfather, who was very old and no longer spoke in the time that I remember him, she told me that he had been born on Blackhaven plantation. I believe his name was Robert, though I never heard him say it, but everyone on the farm called him Old Rob. She always told us he had been born way back east along the coast, and his mother been sold out to us when he was a meek infant. She told us lots of stories about her grandmother, Rob's mother, but never about his father. I could tell there was something sad about it. One time I was brave enough to ask, and she said she wasn't sure, but she believed that her grandfather, Rob's father, had been a white man, the master of Blackhaven. But I never knew any more than that. Our master had some distant relation with the farm, but I believe now they call it Oakmont. My mother told me my great-grandmother remembered some of her life back at Blackhaven, that her husband was a cooper or smith who worked next to the mill on Hickory Creek. He used to tell her that her hair was as soft as the moss that grew on the clear running water there. My great-grandmother had been working in the house before it burned down during the Revolution, and my mother said it was as fine a house as George Washington's. I think she liked telling us those stories because it made her feel like this was her country. Me and mine never felt that way. Wasn't ours for the war, wasn't when the Yankees came, ain't ours now, though I's glad to be free. Anyhow, my mother told me how before my great-grandmother would go to meet my great-grandfather, she would sneak and fix her hair in the ballroom mirrors of Blackhaven, these fine gold things that had swans perched atop them. Then she'd walk all across the plantation and wait to see him outside the mill right after sundown, and they'd watch the last pink light shine on the river. My mother said her grandfather had loved the sunset, but could never take one in again once they sold her west. Felt too much like turning her back on her dear old man.
This is a lot of detail for someone this old. Simon doesn't seem confused, and Dorothy's letter is so careful. Look at her. She doesn't look like someone who wastes her time. Also, didn't she say there was a photo of a bird? Did Blackhaven hide that too? Ugh, if only I had a little more time to check. If I don't start walking to the office right this second, I'll never make it. Fuck it. I don't care if they know I snooped. Greece has been there for 3,000 years. It can wait a couple more.
Oh, honey.
Dorothy, you and I are gonna get some answers.
Oh, that breaks my heart so much. And all of this does. Agricultural contract between Solomon Harwood and Virgil Riley. Okay, I definitely cannot read that. There we go. Commonwealth of Virginia, Gloucester County, Country. Articles of agreement made and entered into this first day of January 1868 between Solomon Harwood of the first part, Virgil Riley, freedman of the second part. The said party of the second part agree and bind themselves to work for the said party of the first during the year 1868 on the appointed farm near Oakmont. Said Virgil Riley and with his wife and children are to work on said farm as before the war and cultivate 20 acres in corn and 20 in cotton, keep fences in good order, and do all other work necessary, and for their said services receive 1/2 the cotton and 1/3 the corn raised, after all necessary expenses are deducted. Said Virgil Riley agrees to furnish themselves in provisions, clothing, medicine. His wife further agrees and binds themselves to do all the washing and ironing and all other housework necessary at the South Foreman's house during said year 1868. Said Virgil Riley furthermore binds themselves that they will obey orders of the Harwood in all things and do good labor 10 hours a day on average, winter or summer, with all lost time paid at the rate of $1 per day. In witness whereof we have hereto set our hands and seals the date first above written, signed and sealed, acknowledged, Solomon Harwood. Oh. Still
So even as
slaves.
a free man, Virgil and his wife are still picking the Harwood's cotton.
Oh. Williamsburg, Virginia, August 2nd. Oakmont Negro Virgil Riley is being held in Gloucester County Jail for an attempt on the life of the prominent planter and businessman Solomon Harwood. Harwood was drawn into an altercation with Riley when he attempted to collect on a delinquent debt. Riley had seized Harwood's revolver and fired a shot which struck him in the shoulder. Riley spins tale of woe. Speaking of the attempt on Harwood's life, Riley justified the violence. My wife had been sick going on a week and unable to do her work. Mr. Harwood had come to us demanding $1 a day for each she missed, and I told him this did not suit me. After 2 drought years, we didn't have that kind of money. He told me to move my wife from the cabin right away, and I replied it would kill her as she was very sick. He said it made no difference and that he would show me my place. He struck me with a strap and had me on the ground. I was afraid he would kill me, so I stole his pistol and fired only once. Harwood convalesces in his grand home. Solomon Harwood sought to clarify the matter while resting under the care of his loving wife from Oakmont. Virgil once worked about as any Negro, but he has grown too comfortable in his position and has made a habit of indolence. His wife is bitter and preening, probably on account of too many years shared with a chicaning husband. I've never seen that word written before. I suspect his sense of purpose will be renewed now that he's to work for the county. Riley faces up to 20 years hard labor for his crime. Yeah, because that matches.
Every generation of these Harwoods is the same.
Yep.
Virgil was just trying to protect his wife, and now he won't see her for 20 years.
A historical catechism. Here, I'll let you go. Okay, here we go. Here you can browse this.
I gotta give them some credit. Nearly every one of these questions is disproved just by the stuff in this folder.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful Confederate monument honors heroes who wore the gray. I'll let you guys peruse that for a moment.
Mr. Johnson always tried to say in 7th grade history that monuments were about heritage, not hate.
Bullshit.
He needs to read what a monster war criminal murderer Precious Gideon Harwood was.
Mm-hmm. (1959) Dear Rosie, I want to thank you so much for your warm hospitality at the Blackhaven Flag Day picnic. Marjorie and I had a wonderful time, and our kids were absolutely tickled exploring the ruins. That bunch couldn't decide whether they were playing George Washington or General Lee, but they had a right good idea. Of course, we also want to thank you and the Foundation for your continued support of our campaign. No matter what Judge Warren has seen fit to write, I am a tireless defender of constitutional government and state sovereignty and will work always to promote peaceful and prosperous separation between the races. Give my best to Martin and the girls. P.S. Let me add, it was such a thrill to see old Charlie Harwood again. I told him that it was the most fun I had since he and I corked together for the 29 Follies. And they say our people have no rhythm. Ew.
Okay, Dorothy. Rosemary was tight with the straight up white supremacist, and we're supposed to trust her over you? No, 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 no. We're gonna crack this.
I know this episode is running super long. I don't even care. Dear Mrs. Lambert, this letter serves to confirm the mutual suspension of our contract for excavation at the Blackhaven Hall historical site. As stated in our previous correspondence, we are more than willing to continue with the excavation at Site 5, although at this point we find it extremely unlikely that we will be able to recover any material evidence from the Battle of Blackhaven given the returns from Sites 3 and 4. Nevertheless, we have already documented numerous significant findings about the lives of Blackhaven slaves at what we believe to be the near quarters, and believe further investigations could greatly benefit your museum and education programs. However, we are bound by a recent ethics agreement with other peer firms to a very specific set of protocols regarding the excavation of human remains. As we reported in our previous letters, we stopped our initial dig at Site 5 when our contractors uncovered a bone we later confirmed to be a human clavicle, likely a male of African descent. Our ethics pledge require us to immediately make a good faith effort to contact local descendant communities and take any agreed steps towards reparation of remains at the expense of the client. As you have declined to pursue this course of action, we are, as mentioned previously, invoking the mutual dissolution clause in our contract. Informally, as a colleague of Heritage Work, I would still implore you to take these steps on your own. We will still prepare our report for the already completed work and have presented the archive at the original deadline. Conway.
Oh my fucking god!
Yep.
Blackhaven covered up a slave burial ground? This wasn't even that long ago, just before Helen. Shit! Does she know about this?
Guess we'll find out. Dear Mrs. Morris, I am writing to summarize the findings of the summary judgment verdict rendered regarding Jennifer Harwood's claim to membership on the board of the Blackhaven Hall Historical Foundation. As you are aware, all living direct descendants of Thomas Harwood or William Harwood are automatically granted the status of beneficiaries with regards to the Harwood Estate Trust. You will also recall the previous settlement between Jennifer and the trust manager found that even though she had emancipated herself from Thomas and Linda following her time in rehab, she still maintained her status as a trust beneficiary and was entitled to the yearly dividend payment from the Harcourt Industries, a co-equal share of 10% of the annual corporation profits as the result of the trust's initial investment in the company. Because the terms of the Historical Foundation bylaws are much vaguer than that of the trust, we argued that Jennifer should not receive a place on the board, but the Judge Wallace had dismissed our lawsuit to prevent her from taking a seat. The judge made it very clear that any direct descendants can automatically claim trust benefits, the annual payment, and foundation board membership. While this outcome is disappointing, the judge also found the board members must be physically present to vote, and as Jennifer's last listed residence was still in Costa Rica, you likely do not need to concern yourself with this possibility in the near future.
Wait, hold up. Any descendant of William gets a share of 10% of Harcourt profits?
Yeah.
They're like a Fortune 500 company. Even if there's dozens of current descendants, that would be hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars.
Yep.
They've been trying to keep this from you for years, Dorothy. What if you're right? Forget researching here, you'd be running this place.
Dear Mrs. Morris, in regards to your previous letter concerning the Americans with Disabilities Act compliance of the Blackhaven Hall Restoration Project, yes, it is true that certain historic sites are eligible for exemption if they meet the established test that compliance would threaten or destroy the historical significance of the site in question. Your argument that Blackhaven's long-established status as a ruin since 1780 would be imperiled by ADA compliant accommodation is likely to withstand a challenge, particularly in our district court, but I'm not sure this exemption is truly in the spirit of the law, given the architectural character of your upcoming project. Nonetheless, I will await your instructions on how to proceed. Okay, so other protected statuses too? Really?
Can't ask the Harwoods to do even one simple good thing. Hold up. This is the bird Dorothy mentioned.
There's the... Oh, you can't see me pointing.
I gotta say, it does kind of look like a robin, but also in an African style. And look at the pattern.
Yep.
Didn't I see that earlier somewhere around here? I need to go check.
Yeah, you did, girl. There it is. Identical.
Yes, this one. It's the exact same design. Even the feel of it is the same. It's like the same person did it. And they found this in the slave cabins. That means Rosemary and Blackhaven lied to Dorothy about her evidence the whole time. You were right. Okay, but what about the next two objections? Rosemary said Simon's story was false because Blackhaven's mirror didn't have a swan. Isn't there a mirror in the gallery? Maybe I can figure out why it doesn't have a swan.
Maybe it's a
I should
reproduction.
also call my mom. Maybe she can check out some things for me.
Dang. Like, how do you say anything other than dang?
Hi, Mom. No, I'm not back home yet. I'm actually still at the museum. No, they're not gonna pay me overtime. They don't even know I'm here. Mom, I'm researching something and it could be really big. But I'm locked out of the internet and my phone doesn't get data out here. Can you see if you can find a contact number for a woman named Dorothy Mitchell? She's pretty old, but I think she lives in the area. Yeah, Mitchell with an M. I don't know if it has one L or two, just try both. You can just email me from my work address if you find anything. Thank you. I'll call you from my desk when I finish up. All right, Mom, bye. Okay, I gotta go check the mirror.
Alrighty, guys, this has run on super long, so we're gonna stop it here. Oh my goodness, like, this is nuts. This is so good. So yeah. I'll see you next week. Alrighty, guys, take care, and as always, happy sipping.